My name is Andrew Self, and this is my TripleTen store. So I actually have a bachelor's degree from University of Tennessee at Chattanooga in marketing and entrepreneurship. And then kind of primarily my work history has all been kind of operations, customer service facing roles. Before working at Dollar General, I worked at an independent auto mechanic shop as a service advisor up front. So helping quote repairs and selling to the customers. Spent a couple of years working with Carvana as a customer advocate, basically being the person that actually would deliver the cars. And then what really kind of got me into looking for something different was more so looking for something that I could eventually work remote. My wife, we just got married in September, but we've been together for over 2 years, and she's from Brazil. And all of her family still lives in Brazil. There's only so much time that you can spend out of country with her family or anywhere else that we may want to travel. I didn't want to go back to college and take out more student loans, and then years and years and years of time. So I looked around for some alternatives, and that's when I found TripleTen. So it actually crossed my radar on Instagram. So I clicked on it. I did some research, both looking at TripleTen's website, kind of the percentage of students to get hired after a certain amount of time after graduation, and what the salaries are. So went through their questionnaire, ended up being told the business intelligence analytics, the BIA program would probably be where I would want to go. Decided to make the jump, and now about 3 months post graduation, I ended up in a new role. So you can go through a Microsoft Power BI kind of program, and then a SQL program or Python. None of those really have kind of an all-encompassing program like TripleTen does. I looked around some, but it was more so me trying to see if there was any reason to really go anywhere else versus trying to validate going through TripleTen. The BIA program was kind of a mix of already the operations background I had, then with an added in a factor of the data, being able to not only be kind of hands on and see what's happening day to day, but actually have the numbers to look at and back up what you may or may not think is going on. I really enjoy operations, but I also enjoy numbers. So that was just a great mix. The SQL sprint was definitely the toughest for me. And ask many questions during tutor hours and have a couple of one-on-ones set up to try to understand kind of the deeper concepts. And it's sometimes it's just the way it's explained the first time, we don't understand it. You just need to hear it a different way and then it clicks. And that was kind of how it was for me. I just needed somebody to word it in a different way, and then it all made sense. Going through the Excel, the initial sprint, just being able to take that, and with my previous role at the auto repair shop, you could download CSV files of our basically of all of our data of customer names, makes, models, different repairs, and everything. I was able to find out what the average mileage of cars was that came into us for basically the whole time that the business had existed over 10 years and used that system. So it was just nice being able to actually apply what I was learning and be able to find new things out and concepts out where I was working, even if it wasn't part of a job description, just kind of for fun and general knowledge, and you never know what you might find out that could help. I approached the owner of the business at the time before I was planning to officially sign up and start the TripleTen boot camp. I just told him kind of with everything I had going on and the time commitment it said it would call for of the 10, 15, 20 hours a week, that I knew that I was going to need more time to be able to do it and really keep up with just work and life in general. And so thankfully for him, we agreed to cut back my hours from 5:30 to 4. And so I was able to leave at 4 every day, and then that gave me an extra hour and a half every day to commit to the boot camp. Luckily, I have a wife who's amazing, and she picked up the slack, kind of taking care of the dog and around the house, cooking and whatnot. So she knew that this was going to be something that would be better for both of us in the long run. So if there was any extra time I needed to commit to studying, she was always there to support. So I was able to manage it, had a very good support group around me, so I'm thankful for that. And oftentimes you apply to 20 jobs and you haven't even talked to one real person, you've gotten 10 rejection letters. I'd say I probably got 50 or 60 rejection letters without ever even talking to anybody from the company. Most of them with no explanation as to why. Just you're not being chosen to move forward in the process at this time, and that's that. So it makes you to feel like, well, what am I doing wrong? And it may be nothing you're doing wrong, that just There wasn't a keyword that was picked up on your resume or something silly like that. But then every once in a while, you'll find the one that reaches out and wants to schedule an interview, and then you get one interview, and then you get a next interview, and the next thing you know, you're hired. Very, very different. Before, I'm working as the service advisor at the mechanic shop. I would spend, I mean, I might vet 50 to 100 phone calls in a day. A lot of times I would have to go pick up parts from different dealerships and part suppliers. Whereas now, pretty much, I might have a supervisor or manager give me a kind of a pop up call on Teams, but I'm not dealing with any customers day to day. I primarily just work with my team, which is about 8 to 10 people. What I enjoy most is the difference is not dealing with customers, which there's a lot of good interactions you have with customers as well, but just the unpredictability of day in and day out, you never really 100% know how your day's going to go because it's all based on the customers that you work with, and you never know how it's going to really work from day to day. It wasn't as hard as I think a lot of people would expect it to be. It's not an industry that you have to have an advanced degree or anything in. So if you're willing to put in even just a few months of kind of real hard work and dedicated work, I mean, it's something that I think anybody could really break into.